As I linger behind in the classroom to gather up all my things, I hear the door open. It's Sayori. Hi again, Fox. Hey, the Literature Club's meeting today, right? Yeah, it is. I was just heading there now. Do you still want to come along? You betcha. Sayori seems to perk up, looking excited that I still want to come along to the club. Looking at you finally doing some extracurriculars. Looking at you. I'm sorry, I can't read today. It's pretty bad. Dear God. I mean, if you are the vice president, it can't be all that bad, right? She giggles, making me smile. Each individual member makes it special. Everyone works hard to have fun together. Well, let's not keep them waiting. It'd be rude to show up late. I want to make a good first impression, after all. Exactly, and on time is late, my friend. This person actually might be taking up after me. Just a little bit. I guess you're right. Come on, it's right this way, and up the stairs at the end. I follow Sayori down the hallway. She seems excited, and it's nice to know that I'm making her day at least a little bit better. The stairs lead up to a section of the school that I recognize as the third year's wing. Sayori leads me to a classroom and knocks on the door. Dots. Trust me, you're gonna love it. She is definitely enthusiastic about this club, that's for sure. After a seemingly long wait, the door finally slides open. Also, I just want to point out, ladies and gentlemen, too, for anybody who's part of, like, my Library of Ruina thing, just... this is how text scrolling should be. I think there is a setting for where it is. Yeah, there is a text speed. Like, even the default, though, it's like, I'm not waiting for the text to scroll. To be, like, you know what I mean? I can make it even faster, too, if I wanted to. So, yeah. That's all that I'm saying with that kind of stuff with visual novels, man. Like, you want to make sure that that's decent. A small pink-haired girl peeks out. Sayori? She peeks out even further. Hey, Natsuki. Guess what? I found somebody who wants to join our club. The girl, who's apparently called Natsuki, suddenly turns a glare to me and narrows her eye. The one known as Natsuki. The one who shall not be named. Anyway, let me take a sip here. I'm wrapping up my morning coffee here. She opens the door fully, and behind her I see another girl sitting at a desk, her face buried in a book. I wonder who that could be. Wait. Hey, wait, Sayori. Sayori practically pushes Natsuki out of the way. She seems excited to introduce me to the rest of the club members. Hey guys, I wanted to introduce you to our newest member, Fox. Hey, Sayori, hold up. It's a bit quick to call me the new member, isn't it? And then I notice a third girl peek out from behind a bookshelf in the corner of the classroom. Can it be? Is that Monica? Just Monica. Anyway, Monica is one of the most popular girls of this high school. Everyone seems to flock to her because she's smart, beautiful, athletic, you name it, she's got it. Unfortunately, this also means she's completely out of my league. She looks at me first with a stern look, but then quickly lights up, puts down the book she's holding and rushes over. Ah, Fox, what a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. The girl who has her face buried in her book suddenly jolts up and looks right at me. She quickly snaps her book shut and timidly moves to join the conversation. Oh, a new member? My name is Yuri. Yeah. Holy crap, it seems I've somehow lucked out. Not only is Monica in this club, but also a bunch of other adorable girls. I refuse to use the word cute because it sounds mildly creepy, but that's okay. I don't know, would adorable be a weirder word to use in that situation now that I think about it? You know what? Fuck it. I'm already in too deep here. Am I glad I decided to come here instead of the anime club today? But enough gawking, Fox. Stop staring and start talking. It's nice to meet you, Yuri. Like Sayori said, I'm Fox. I smile at her, then turn to Monica. So it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? That's right. It's great to see you again, Fox. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. It's kind of strange to say, but having her smile at me so genuinely makes me feel a bit starstruck. Anybody else noticing that, like, Natsuki has the world's most perfect why are you not wearing pants face right now? I fucking love it. I don't even know why, too. Like, she just has, like, the one face where one of these things is not like the other. Anyway, the powers of a school idol. Oh, that's what it actually is. Monica is just the idol that the school needs. Yes. You too, Monica. So, you guys run a club with just the 4 of you then, huh? Sayori told me about how you were looking for new members. Well, I've been actually trying to push for more members for a while, but we haven't had any luck recently. Ah, Sayori did say. My words dry up in my mouth as Natsuki shoots me a piercing glare. She looks pissed at me, but for what reason, I don't know. I haven't really had the chance to do much besides walk in and say hello. Sayori, you brought a boy? Yep, he told me he wanted to join just this morning. Not sure if it's just Sayori being an airhead again, but I don't recall promising that I'd join. Great. Natsuki glowers. Never seen that word in my life. Fucking Google prowesses. Put the thing on screen for you. Yep, there we go. That's the word, verb, glower, if it exists. Anyway, folding her arms with an irritated huff. I don't really get why, though. Because she is soon as fuck. That's why. Sorry about Natsuki. That's just how she is. She's a little standoffish to new members. Oh, it's nothing. I don't mind. Hey, I'm right here, you know. Sorry. I've got to try to make a good impression, though. Come on, Natsuki, we need new members. If you don't feel like being nice to Fox, can you at least be nice for me, please? Jeez, you don't have to make such a big deal out of it. Fine. If you're gonna beg, I guess I have no choice. Hooray. Thanks, Natsuki. Looks like I know who the tsundere of the group is. Yes, and I say tsundere just because it pisses some people off that are fans of mine. It's almost comical to the extent of which Natsuki fits that trope. Well, maybe my view of the world is just clouded by anime influences, though. That and they kinda just fucking exist in reality, trust me. Soons definitely exist, especially in high school. Dear God. Anyway, let's get this conversation back on track. How'd you come to learn about the literature club, Fox? I'll have to admit, I'm a bit curious about that myself. Sayori and I were just walking to school when she mentioned this club to me. Since I was sort of looking for a club to join, I figured that I should check you guys out. At any rate, Sayori was really enthusiastic about the literature club, so... Monica beams at Sayori when she hears this. Guess Sayori has done a good job at advertising for the club. I see. Well, I think this is a great place to start. After all, books can be very enticing. Yeah, it's super fun. I think the club is the only place where I've been feeling comfortable lately. Sayori's face falls for a moment, but she quickly picks herself back up. It's somewhere I can just sit and read while hanging out with friends. I think they summed up the club pretty well. After all, I started to bring together like-minded people who love literature. I'm really happy with how it's turned out so far. It's very cozy. Cozy stream is cozy. But enough cozy introductions, yes. Enough introductions. Why don't you come in and take a seat, Fox? Did you bring anything to read? As she asks that, I realize I'm not much of a reader. Much less someone who loves literature. To be honest, I haven't thought this through very well. Would joining a club that focuses on reading really be the best thing for me? No, I don't really have any books on me at the moment. I just haven't seen any good titles recently. I lie through my teeth, hoping Monica doesn't see through my facade. I obviously don't read much, but if they believe that I do, hopefully it'll help me relate to these girls. Well, we have plenty of books here. If you want to check out what we have, I'm sure you'll find something that matches your taste. Is that so? Then I guess I'll head over there. Maybe something can catch my eye. I start to sweat nervously as I walk over towards the bookshelf. There looks to be a good variety of books available, ranging in genre from horror to fantasy, all the way down to non-fiction. Sheepishly, I turn towards Yuri or Natsuki. Alright, where are we gonna go with this one? I would like to talk to Yuri, but I feel like Natsuki would be the better fit here, so we're gonna do it anyway, because soon tropes, baby. So do you have any recommendations? I take a closer look at the books as I say that, and to my surprise, I notice that there's a rather extensive collection of manga on the bottom shelves. Then I glance back up at the girls. I notice Natsuki staring down at the manga too. Our eyes suddenly meet, and she looks away blushing. Well, what do you like to read, huh? Honestly, I just read manga most of the time, so the collection down there caught my eye. I didn't think that manga was allowed in the classroom like this. Ahaha, those are actually Natsuki's. Don't just say it like that. I just put them there while I was reorganizing the closet. Monica always messes with my collection when she goes in there, so I'm trying to make more space for them. As she says this, Natsuki shoots a look at Monica, who smiles sweetly in return. Which series do you have? I've read a lot, but I don't think that I recognize many here. Most of the book spines are vibrantly colored, with big blocky letters announcing the titles. The Boss is a Maid, Rice Ball Basket... Oh, fuck. These are just names. The Boss is a Maid, Rice Ball Basket, Orange High School Nightclub. I've never heard of any of these series in my life. I feel like these are references to thing. Because Orange High School Nightclub honestly sounds like Oron Host Club. Kind of gives me that. Rice Ball Basket, Fruit Basket, definitely. And then there's many maid animes that you could fucking fill in right there, though, but I feel like that's kind of referential to that, which is great. Anyway, that probably means they're either way out of my demographic or they're just simply terrible. If you're gonna judge, you can do it through the glass on that door. She points to the classroom door. Hey, I wasn't judging anything. Didn't even say anything. I could tell just by your expression. But I'll tell you one thing, Fox. Consider this a lesson straight from the literature club. Don't judge a book by its cover. In fact, Natsuki stomps over to the bookshelf, elbowing me out of the way, and pulls a very pink book out from a box set. I'm gonna show you exactly why. She unceremoniously shoves it right back into my hands. Ah. I stare at the cover. It's the first volume of a series titled Parfait Girls. I think that literally was the same one from Doki Doki Literature Club as well. And features 4 girls in colorful attire striking animated feminine poses. It's exceedingly moe. Well, don't just stand there. Ooh-wah! But of course, you have to fit the ooh-wah in there. That's, I kind of like the way the dialogue is going here, I'm not gonna lie. It's subtle, but not in your face with, like, the jokes and the stuff that they have in here, which I'm going to have to give, like, definitely 5 stars to that kind of shit. I fucking hate in-your-face humor. I mean, it can work. It can work if that's the joke, but I don't know, in my opinion, just subtle things and then just continuing on and just moving to the next joke afterwards is just, it's way more effective, you know what I mean? Anyway, Natsuki, have you considered that maybe Fox might not want to read this? Excuse me, who are you to say Fox likes or dislikes something? I quickly break in to try to relieve some of the sudden tension. Thanks for your concern, Yuri, but I'm definitely open to trying out new things. I usually don't read this stuff, but I'm willing to give it a try. Oh, alright then. Natsuki triumphantly smirks a bit, while Yuri abashedly looks away. I guess I can't satisfy everyone. No, Yuri, why? I definitely want to go down that sounded much worse. Thank God I caught that right there. Fucking Christ. I was actually going to say I definitely want to go down her rabbit hole later. I am so fucking glad that I stopped there. You'll know what I meant there. I want to fall down the Yuri rabbit hole later on, that's for damn sure. I want to do that route. But anyway, I'd have thought you spent enough time in the literature club to not judge books by their covers either, Yuri. Manga can have just as deep of storylines as your novels can. I never said that they can't, it's just... Yuri looks like she's holding herself back from saying something. Just what? Just because they have pictures in them, they're childish or something? Well, there's a reason why people say a picture's worth 1,000 words. Sometimes there are things that are best described through art. Ugh, excuse me. Manga blends both good art and good writing to create fantastic stories. Plus, being able to actually see the characters helps you to relate and empathize with them. Yuri thinks to herself, looking a bit perturbed. I see. I just meant that manga is a bit unorthodox as a medium. Well, manga is literature too. It's obvious that the two girls have their differences. Yuri appears comparably more mature and timid, and seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Abso-fucking-lutely, especially on the mature level of things, which is why she falls directly into my category. But we're not going down the Yuri route today. So, unfortunately, that'll have to be a time for another day. Meanwhile, Natsuki seems to be a lot more forward and outspoken. And although she looks like the youngest in the club, she's clearly just as passionate about her hobbies as the others are. Anyway, this will be your homework today, Fox. I'll let you borrow Volume 1 for tonight, so you can start on the next book tomorrow. But if you smudge or bend it, I'll literally kill you. So you don't have to worry about that. I'm pretty protective of my manga, too. Is it really alright if I borrow it, though? I say that mostly because I really didn't plan on using my spare time to read this. Well, of course. It would take forever to finish if you only read it here. I might fall behind on some shows if I try to get through this. But I suppose that's a necessary sacrifice in exchange for seeing Natsuki's enthusiastic face. Or am I more scared of what will happen if I don't finish it? Okay then, that's a good question. The girls on the cover of the manga beam up at me, and I can't help but shiver a bit. I guess I shouldn't underestimate what high school girls are into. Hopefully I can get away with skimming through it. Make sure you read through it thoroughly, because I'll be quizzing you on it tomorrow. Is she a mind reader? In that case, I guess I think I'll give it a shot for now, actually. I want to make sure that I have enough time to finish it after all. Fine, but I'll be keeping a close eye on you then. I slide into a nearby desk as the rest of the girls dissipate, moving to work on their own things. I quickly start flipping through the pages. Given that pictures take up a majority of space on the pages of the manga, it doesn't take me long to get through the beginning. Sorry, it's difficult having to fucking process a lot of text and my brain fucking stops functioning like most people do when you're reading a lot of things, so... Anyway, moving on. As I read, I start to become more aware of Natsuki sneaking peeks in my direction. She seems intently focused on my face, as if wanting to see my reactions to her manga. I clear my throat. Ahem. Natsuki, did you need something? You seem to really like looking in my direction. Also, I have that save where I have... Yeah, so that's before I pick a route. We'll have to probably default to that if I wind up doing things later on for different routes, so, good. I'm glad I made that save right there. We're gonna continue just a little bit further, though, for this whole recording session before I wind up calling it. I can't really record for too long today, I don't think, so... Oh god, I need water now, because now I have hiccups. Why? Okay. Also, this Doki Doki music is just like yesterday. It's giving me some nice nostalgic feels, even though it was fucking 4 years ago. Almost 4. I feel a smile creeping through as Natsuki starts to furiously blush and splutters a response. You idiot, it's not like I was looking at you or anything. I was just staring into space, baka. Don't you have anything better to do? Yeah, of course. With that, Natsuki huffily turns away to seek refuge in the closet. where loud rummaging sounds soon follow. I guess I should keep on reading then. As it turns out, Parfait Girls is just as I imagined it would be. It's basically about a bunch of friends in high school and the cutesy hijinks they get themselves into. Typically, slice of life affair. There's nothing wrong with slice of life, my friend, and I'll beat the shit out of you if you judge. Kinda grew out of these since it's rare for the writing to be entertaining enough to make up for the lack of plot. True. To its credit, it does manage to subvert some anime tropes quite neatly, though. The more I read, the more I can see why it appeals to Natsuki. All the talk about appreciating the expensiveness of art. Well, I don't exactly read romance manga, usually. The artist actually does a good job of portraying the girls as their own characters. I often find that the girls in these kinds of stories are bland and unoriginal, not to mention that they often stutter from same face syndrome, too. Oh, that's funny. That's really funny. That's especially funny because I'm used to, like, playing Girls Frontline where, like, the PNG files of things, like, there's people that make jokes about that with, like, the different artists and stuff. That's funny. Anyway. So it's a pleasant surprise to find that the title characters are likable and unique in their own ways. Still, over time, I can't help but grow a little bored, though. I decide I'll finish it later tonight and place the novel in my bag. Looking up, I spot Sayori reading something. Might as well see what she's up to. Standing up with a stretch, I make my way over to a seat next to her. Hey, how's it going, Sayori? What are you reading? As I sit down, I notice that she looks quite content. I actually think I'm going to cut the episode here before we jump into the Sayori arc going on here. And I'm going to go ahead and edit these. I don't know if I want to do 2 episodes. I'm going to do 2 episodes, actually, because this is going to be about an hour of recording. So, yeah, let me know what you guys think. I'm just going to put those 2 episodes for now. I apologize for kind of just cutting off randomly here, but I have a feeling that this is literally how the whole entire visual novel is going to be. It's just going to keep continuing like this. So we will do a save at this point. There's a lot of save slots. Holy fuck. We'll do this one for, I guess, Sayori Route 1. I guess. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But I will see you guys later on. I don't intend on just leaving this one in the fucking wind and not doing anything with it, though. It's just a nice way for me to chill out and read some text. But, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that to some extent. So, I will see you later. Take it easy.